Good afternoon, everyone. I'm bringing you a press release now, and this is from the Liberty Fighters Network, and it's something you'll all be interested in. On Wednesday, the Liberty Fighters Network will be going to court to fight for many of our rights and our individual liberties. And I spoke to Reiner de Beer earlier today, and he's in high spirits, and he appreciates all your support. And I want to ask you to continue supporting him in this fight for individual liberty, something that I'm extremely passionate about and will fight for to the death. So, in this press release, it says all media houses, media release for immediate circulation. So, you can send this everywhere. And I will attach this press release for you so that you will be able to send it around. Gove's team in fears over alleged dangers. LFN forced to arrange virtual hearing. So it looks like the government's team are scared of going to a normal courtroom. In a dramatic turn of events, the all-important court hearing in which LFN will challenge the legality of the national state of disaster will be held on Wednesday, 26th of August 2020 at 10 a.m. Remember, Wednesday at 10 o'clock. As per the directions of Justice Norman Davis of the High Court Gauteng Division Pretoria, the hearing will be held virtually. This implies that there will be no television broadcast either, but Rhino had something up his sleeve, and I'll tell you about that later. In an earlier letter addressed to the court, the heavyweight legal team of the Okta Minister Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, headed by Advocate Wim Trengove SC, and three other members of the bar alleged that, and I quote, in our previous experience of a physical hearing in this matter on 24th of June 2020, there was no adherence to the necessary health protocols of physical distancing, wearing of masks, and sanitizing by many in the courtroom. This poses a risk to us, particularly those who are vulnerable to complications arising from a COVID 19 infection. Now, you cannot be infected by COVID 19. You can only contract the virus. That doesn't mean that you will develop COVID 19 or the disease that is called COVID 19. So, once again, fakery. Let's continue. Liberty Fighters Network does not deny the right of Dr. Zuma's legal team to be afraid of anything. A bit of a sense of humor there. In this case, same appears to be no more than a little red herring. However, not only did Mr. Trengove during the very hearing make absolute zero attempts to alleviate the shortcomings which he, in unison with the rest of Dr. Zuma's team, now alleges, but he himself even confirmed to the court to feel sufficiently safe before he delivered his verbal argument. So these people are playing with technicalities and semantics. You can see the SABC News 24th of June 2020 Government Appeals Court ruling on lockdown regulations, and a link is provided. It is, of course, a very serious matter should officers of the court found to be misrepresenting facts. LFN considers raising the point before another forum if and when appropriate. As part of the government, Dr. Zuma herself, and by implicating a legal team, is fully aware of recent publications by NICD and others, according to which this year's influenza, or a single lonely case of infection in Gauteng, has been completely defeated. Same allegedly owed to Dr. Zuma's health protecting lockdown measures. Both COVID 19 and influenza are caused by rather similar sized viruses in exactly the same manner, via droplets being exhaled by human breathing into the protectively worn masks. It becomes apparent that the lockdown measures appear to have very little, if any, effect on the coronavirus, the purpose for which they were put into effect, while they are very successful in eliminating something else. There is something fishy here. Therefore, only one of the following can be correct. Point number one. Face masks are somehow able to detect whether a droplet contains a SARS-CoV-2 virus, in which case there is a good possibility that any given mask will let such a virus pass in either direction, or if it contains an influenza A or B virus, which it will not let through. Once again, tongue-in-cheek sense of humor, without exception whatsoever. LFN would find this extraordinary indeed. Point number two. Dr. Zuma's measures, masks in particular, offer no protection from anything and are enforced for reasons other than medical. Everybody is at the same risk when following measures as well when not following them. Whether this risk may be regarded as high or low will depend on a multitude of reasons. And in LFN's experience, very few of them are medical, biological, or epidemiological in nature. Looking at the facts, during May 2020, Pakistan Supreme Court declared the COVID-19 event a nullity and life there continued in normal fashion. Yet, reports of large amounts of unprotected Pakistanis dying in the streets of Islamabad due to an overwhelming onslaught of a pandemic are just not coming in. In line with the latter, Dr. Zuma's so-called COVID-19 case numbers might be not much more than some gobbledygook scientifically speaking, and I would agree with that. The Liberty Fighters Network has raised this point on the basis of actual scientific work and shall continue to do so. And I agree with Reino that science and facts is a way that you handle idiots in government. Meanwhile, President De Beer, Reino De Beer, who is the president of the Liberty Fighters Network, confirms that he is ready to argue the case of both LFN and himself in person, following the withdrawal of the legal representatives of LFN due to financial constraints. LFN has managed to arrange moderate virtual facilities and will also now live stream the hearing directly to its public audience on Wednesday. So you can look forward to a live stream on the Liberty Fighters Network YouTube channel as well as their Facebook page. So you'll be able to follow it there. Okay, and those will be announced prior to the event. So those links will be provided, and I'll make sure to provide that to you. And this will be broadcast nationwide. About 110 restaurants and pubs represented by LFN during the latest court case will broadcast the event live. So many restaurants and pubs will actually broadcast the court proceedings. And it's important for people to see what actually happens there. For further details relating the live streaming event, please visit our website. Now, after speaking to Reino, I know that he is fighting for the right reasons, our liberty and our freedom. And if a virus was really that deadly and dangerous, no government would have to impose anything on you. People would take action themselves. And we can see for ourselves that this is not something that we can take seriously based on how the government has responded to it. Many people did things for 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, some up to 2 months, but now it's gone too far. Most people don't believe you anymore, and they can see that based on evidence. And this is not because of the actions that you've taken, because in many different places, people carried on as per normal, ignored everything you did. There's no hotspots or people dying all over the place there. So, yes, Reino has some very good arguments, and I support him in those arguments because they are based on scientific evidence. And anything else needs to be brought to the fore. I still want our president to show us this virus. Has he seen it? Does he know anything about it? Or does he just believe the people that are pulling the strings? And this is obviously a huge problem. Now, people like Reino, they're exposing this. Please go and support the Liberty Fighters Network. They will need financial assistance to continue with court cases like this. Here's the big reveal. Reino has also put in articles specifically for the entertainment industry. So please, the entertainers, the artists out there, the people in the technical side of the entertainment industry, the sound engineers, the lighting engineers, all the performers, all the events related companies, go and watch this court case. Support what Reino is doing. He's fighting for you as well. So hopefully we will get something out of this court case. It will all depend on what the judge wants to do, and we'll see how they see things. It's interesting when you start challenging people's rights and liberties in court and actually see what protection we have under the laws of the country. And it'll be fascinating to see the outcome. And I will keep you updated with regards to this until then. So I don't have any formal meetings up until Thursday. On Thursday, I will have 2 meetings. Friday, I will have another meeting. On Saturday, I will have another big meeting. But Wednesday, I will be covering this and I will be staying on top of what's happening in court. And I wish Rainer de Beer all the best in his endeavors, where he, as one single man, is taking on Goliath. And it's embarrassing to know that these people actually want to go and put this massive team together with your taxpayers' money to fight one of our South African citizens. This is a disgrace, but this is the way our government works. And unfortunately, they don't have much of a case and they have to put such a massive legal team together to try and get away on technicalities. Please follow this, subscribe to this channel, click the bell icon, and then you will be able to get notifications on new videos. Please remember, 10 o'clock on Wednesday, there will be a live stream of this court case. Remember, the people in the entertainment industry is fighting for you too. Thank you very much. Till the next video.